everybody. Welcome again to another game in the Demolition League. We're game number 33, and it's going to be the San Diego Padres taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates from Pittsburgh, and it will be the season debut of rookie phenom Paul Skenes in the 2024 season. You can see Skenes, if I can put it up here right, was 11-3 with a 1.96 ERA and 23 starts for Mr. Skenes. He'll be facing Dylan Cease, who was 14-11 with a 3.47 earned run average for San Diego. Got our lineups already done. Ballpark effects. Hello, Jeffrey Guterman. Good to see you, Mr. Jeff. Hope you're feeling okay today. Let's see. Ballpark effects for Pittsburgh. 1-16 for singles, lefties. 1-13 singles for righties. Home runs 1-8 for left and 1-5 for righties. Skenes has a minus, on top of everything else he does well, he has a -6 hold rating. So that'll be a -5 for the pitcher-catcher interface. And Dylan Cease, no slouch. Dylan Cease is a -3. So that projects to a -4 all the way around. So the running game may or may not be working too well. San Diego's 4-2. Pittsburgh is 2-4. So let me get I got the game on the Strat computer all ready to go. Let me check one more thing. I'll make sure this thing isn't like catacorner. I think it's okay. I think you can see everything all right on this. We'll go with it anyway. All right. So leading off for the San Diego Padres will be Xander Bogaerts. And, of course, Paul Skenes, this is his debut, so we have no cumulative replay stats to give you because he hasn't played yet. Xander Bogaerts, meanwhile, is hitting 185 on the replay and 27 at-bats. No homers, 2 driven in. So he's been off to a struggling start. To try to do something here against Paul Skenes, and we are underway from PNC Park in Pittsburgh. So 4-8 for Skenes. That's a strikeout. So right off the bat, Paul Skenes picks up the strikeout. One away for first baseman Jake Cronenworth. Cronenworth hitting 263 on the replay and in 19 at-bats. He's got a homer and 2 driven in. Left-handed hitter. Oh, and the red die got hung up, so we're going to re-roll that as a group. That's a 111. That's a split chance. 1-5 is a single. Double die is a 17, though, so it's a line out to second base. Cronenworth lines it to Triolo at second, and there's quickly 2 away. For Fernando Tatis Jr., right fielder, he's hitting 316 on the replay, a homer and 5 driven in. That's a 1-7, and he's going to ground it to short. And just like that, a 1-2-3 inning for Paul Skenes. So he takes care of the Padres, and we go to the bottom of the first. San Diego nothing, Pittsburgh coming to bat. And Dylan Cease will be out. And like I said, in real world, he was 14-11 with a 3.47 earned run average. On the replay, he's 0-1 with an ERA of 3. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, but took the loss. 5 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts in those 6 innings. So he's looking to rebound and get on the winning way. O'Neill Cruz, the shortstop, will lead off for Pittsburgh. And on the replay, in 25 at-bats, he's hitting 440, which is why I have him leading off. 2 homers and 3 driven in. Been one of the lone bright spots for Pittsburgh. That's a 1-9, and he's going to continue to be hot. That's going to be a double for O'Neill Cruz. He continues to pound the ball. Brings up Brian Reynolds. First havoc roll of the day for Dylan Cease. Nothing happening. Brian Reynolds hitting 280. A homer and 6 driven in. 5-7. Switch everybody left. That's a strikeout for Dylan Cease. That's something got to get used to when you switch over from 87 to 2024 is you're going to get these strikeouts. That's just part of the modern game. All right, Key Brian Hayes hitting 267. No homers, 2 driven in. Right-handed third baseman. 2-3, and that's a ball. That's a clutch single, but we're not in a clutch situation. There is only one out. If there were two outs that have been a clutch situation, they'd lose that hit. But in other words, it's a single because it is not a clutch situation. Now the question is, Cruz was a 15, not being held makes him a 16. Left fielder arm, Profar is a -1, so 1-15. But if they throw through to the plate, the runner Hayes will take second base. It's a 1-15 to get him out at the plate. Boy, I think if you're San Diego, you figure you're not going to score a whole lot of runs, so you got to try to cut that run off. So 1-15, and Cruz on a 1-15, he will be safe. And he's in there, and taking second base on the throw is Ke'Bryan Hayes. So the Pirates lead it 1-0 on the RBI single from Ke'Bryan Hayes. Hayes at second base with one out for Andrew McCutchen, the veteran, DH in this one. Hitting only 133 and 15 at bats, no homers and a run driven in. We get a 4-7, and that's a strikeout. Cease needed that. Second strikeout. Now in a clutch situation for Rowdy Tellez, the first baseman. He's hitting 231, no homers and a run driven in. Does have a decent runner in Hayes at second base. That's a 2. Chance for a balk or pass ball. We're looking at the balk rating of Cease. His balk rating is a 0, so there is no balk. Tellez, 5'8", left-handed, struck him out, so Cease strikes out the side. But in the meantime, a double and a single bring home a run. And at the end of 1, it's Pittsburgh 1 and San Diego 0. Top of the second. Skenes will be facing Machado, Merrill, and Profar. Machado hitting 375, 2 homers, 7 driven in. 6-7 for Skenes. That's a ground ball second base X. That is Triolo, and he's a 2E4. Very good second baseman, 2E4. 2 and a 17, he'll get to that. E4, and that is a 13. I don't think that'll be an error. Nope, just 3, 17, and 18 are errors, so that's a good play for Triolo. Throws out Machado, and there's one away for center fielder Jackson Merrill. That's a 6-8 for Merrill. Lefty for Skenes, struck him out. Second strikeout for Skenes. There are now 2 outs very quickly for Jurickson Profar, the left fielder. He's only hitting a 100. He's 2 out of 20. One of those 2 hits was a double. No homers or runs batted in, but he's hitting an even 100. 1-9, and he's going to do better this time. 1-12 is a double. That's a 1. Double die shows up. It'll be a 2-out double for Jurickson Profar. He is in scoring position for Ha-Seong Kim, the shortstop. Kim only hitting a .158 in 19 at bats. No homers, 4 driven in. Clutch situation for Kim. In the clutch, he loses a hit on 1-8 and 2-12. That's 6-7. It will be a ground ball second base X. Second baseman is Triolo again, 2E4. 2 and a 10. I do believe he'll get to that. Yes, he will. 2 and a 10 is a G1. That's a 12. And we already saw on the E4, second baseman, you have to have a 317 or 18 for an error. The 12 is not that, so he'll make the play and end the inning. So the 2-out double from Profar turns out not to matter. And we go to the bottom of the second, still 1-0 favor the Pirates. Bottom of the second, and it's Triolo, that second baseman who just made those 2 good plays. He will lead off the bottom of the second. Triolo, though, is hitless on the season. He's 0 for 11, has walked 3 times and struck out 5 times, but he's 0 for 11. In the real season, he had 216, but he's still waiting for that first hit of this Demolition League. 6-3, that's a fly ball right field X. We are looking at Tatis. He's a 2E9. 2 and 11, he'll get to that. E9, and that's a 12 for a right fielder. There's an 11 there, but no 12. So Tatis will make the play, and Triolo remains hitless. We go to Edward Olivares. He is the right fielder in this one. Olivares hitting 133 with a homer and 1 run driven in. 5-10 for Cease. That's a catcher X. We are looking at the catcher Higashioka. He's a 3E15. 3 and a 20. He will get to, that was a 20, not a 2. I was leaning that way. 3 and a 20 is going to be a G2, and that's an 8, and he is an E15. E15, there's no 8 on the E15, so it's good play for Higashioka. He will throw out Olivares on the number in front of the plate, 2 down. And that will send us to Joey Bart, the catcher. Bart hitting 250s, 3 out of 12. Does have a homer with 1 run batted in. 2-6 for Bart, and he's going to draw the base on balls. That's the first walk issued by Cease. And that'll take us to the number 9 hitter, Michael Taylor. Taylor hitting $182. He's 1 for 11. And he is, 2 for 11. And he has got no runs or runs batted in. Havoc roll for Cease. 3-7 for Taylor. He flies to center to end the inning. And after 2 complete, it's still 1-0 Pittsburgh. Skenes back out. We'll face the bottom of the order, Peralta, Higashioka, and then Bogarts back to the top of the order. Peralta hitting 273 on the replay. No homers and 1 driven in. 6-6 struck him out. Paul Skenes, his 3rd strikeout. That'll send up Kyle Higashioka. Catcher, he's hitting 222. He's 2 out of 9. 222, no homers, 2 driven in. 4-8, and that's another strikeout for Skeen, his 4th. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Bogarts. He struck out his first time. 3-11, and that's a ground ball to second. Easy play for Triolo. And that's it for the Padres. They have, other than a double by Profar, they've got nothing off of Skenes. Go to the bottom of the 3rd, still 1-0. And we're back to the top of the order for the red-hot O'Neal Cruz. Cruz doubled in his first at-bat. That has raised his average to .462 in 26 at-bats. 2-8, and he's going to single again, another base hit. So he's going to be hitting close to 500 before too long. He's on first base. He will be looking to try to get a lead, even though it's a -4 hold. He needs a 7 to get that lead. Hello, Ernest. That's a 9. He does not get the lead, so he will hold. Brings up Brian Reynolds. Reynolds struck out his first chance. 2-9, and he's going to strike out again. Strikeout number 4 for Cease. 1 away for Ke'Bryan Hayes. He had the RBI single in the first. The only run of the game. That's a 2. Chance for balk or pass ball. Looking at a pass ball chance on Higashioka. His pass ball rating's a 5. And it will be blocked. Hello, Sean. Good to see you. Pitch to Ke'Bryan Hayes. 1-3 is a fly ball to left. That's 2 down. 2 down for Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen, his first time up, was a strikeout victim. 1-6, and that's a single to left field. There is an anti-clutch here, but the runner is only at first, not at second. So ironically, had he stole second base, this would have turned into an out. But since he's at first base, the single to left is good. It's going to keep the inning going. Runners at first and second with 2 outs now. for Rowdy Tellez. Tellez struck out his first chance. 4-8 left-handed. That's a 1-3 single. That's a 9, though. He will line it to second. Snagged by Bogarts, and the inning's over. So we finished 3 here in Pittsburgh, and the score is still 1-0 Pirates. That score has held up. Skenes back out. His fatigue is a 6, and I will limit him to 6 innings max this ball game. So his first start back probably will limit him to 5, to be honest with you, because just trying to be realistic, your first game up, you're not stretched out yet. So, although he was pitching in the minors, but still try to be a little, try to keep it somewhat realistic. 6-6, and that's another strikeout for Skenes. Strikeout number 5. Padres want me to pull him after 5, not after 6. Here's Tatis. 3-2 for Tatis. That's a single. Second hit of the game for the Padres, and Tatis gets on board. He is the tying run. And he could be looking to get a lead here. 4 or a 5 gets him the lead. That's an 8. He does not get the lead, so he will hold. And here's Manny Machado. 3-8 for Machado. That's trouble. 1-13 is a home run. That's gone. Manny Machado. Look at it again. 3-8. 1-13 is a home run, and that's a 7. So Manny Machado just put the Padres on the board and in the lead, 2-1. Home run, Manny Machado. For Machado, that is his 3rd home run. RBIs 8 and 9 of the replay. And we're just in the 7th game for the Padres, so he's doing very well for himself. 2-1 lead in favor of the Padres as they get to the rookie Skenes and say, welcome to the big leagues. Here's Jackson Merrill. 1-5, and that's a 1-2 single, but he will line it to second, and Triolo is there, 1 away. 1 down for Jerks and Profar. Hello, Jazz. Good to see you. Profar, first time up, hit a double. 3-7. He's going to draw a base on balls. That's the first walk issue by Skenes. Profar needs a 6 to get the good lead. And he gets the good lead with a 6. How about that? 17 being held as a 15, minus 5 is a 10. So it's a 50-50 shot. But with 2 outs, it's a good chance to get in scoring position. He needs a 10, 1-10. And he's caught stealing. So much for that. Caught stealing, and Kim will have to lead off the next inning. So inning's over, but the 2-run home run from Manny Machado has given the Padres a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. And Dylan Cease back out. We'll face Triolo, Olivares, and Bart. It's a 3-5 for Triolo. That's going to be a base hit. 2-20 is a single, so base hit for Triolo. And that is his first hit of the season. He was 0 for 12 coming into that. Gets that first hit. Now he's looking to possibly take the lead. Got a 4. Needs a 4, doesn't get it. That'll bring up Olivares. 5-8, and that's a strikeout for Cease. That is strikeout number 5 for Dylan Cease. Joey Bart, catcher, walked his first chance. 6-8, and that's going to be a strikeout for Cease, strikeout number 6. So far, Cease is out pitching Mr. Skenes. Here's Michael Taylor. Taylor flew to center his first chance. So 3-6, and he's going to strike out. So strikeout number 7 for Cease as he strikes out the side after giving up the leadoff single. We go to the 5th inning. It's still 2-1 Padres. But Cease is grabbing the moment. taking it away from Paul Skenes temporarily, at least. Here's Ha-Seong Kim. He was at the plate when Profar got caught stealing. 6'7", right-hander, and that's a ground ball second base X. Again, we're going to Triolo. 2E4 should be academic. Well, I don't know, 2 and a 2, maybe not so academic. Devil Die strikes again, and a 2 and a 2 is going to be a single. It's going to get by him. That's a 15. He is an E4. There is no 15, but it will be a base hit for Kim as he sneaks it right past Triolo. San Diego, that's their fourth hit. Kim, to get the lead, needs a 2, 3, 4, 5, or a 12. 2 through 5 or a 12. He gets the 5, he's going to get the lead. 19. Being held is a 17. Minus 5 is a 12. 1 to 12, 60% chance he's going to steal it. And he's in there. It's a possible throwing error on Bart. His T rating is a 2, but there's no throwing error. But it will be a stolen base for Kim as he steals second base. He is in scoring position with nobody out for Peralta. 4-7 lefty. That's a 1 to 6 single. And 7 to 20 is a ground out, but that's going to be a 3, so that's going to be a base hit. It is 1 star, so Kim can't score. He will stop at third base. First and third. First and third, nobody out, and Kyle Higashioka, the batter. Infield looking for the double play. Actually, Skenes could use one of those strikeouts right about now. 4-6, and he gets one right on cue. Strikeout number 6 for Skenes, and he needed it. He needed it. Got to do a quick text here, 1 second. All right, that's been taken care of. So 1 away there on the strikeout, and here's Xander Bogaerts. Now a double play gets him out of the inning. Bogaerts is 0 for 2. 5-8, and that's another strikeout for Skenes, his 7th. So Skenes trying to pitch his way out of the jam. And that'll bring up Cronenworth. Feel back to normal, of course. 5-7, and that's another strikeout for Skenes. He's not tired yet, so the strikeout is good. 8th strikeout for Skenes, and he gets out of this. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 6th. Pittsburgh will see if they can try to get Skenes some runs. Bottom of the 5th, rather, not bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 5th. Don't want to get ahead of myself. Cease will be facing Cruz, Reynolds, and Hayes, but something's got to give. Cease has struck out 3 in a row, but O'Neill Cruz is 2 for 2 and is now hitting .481 on the replay. So something's got to give here. 4-7, and it's a base on balls, so kind of a stalemate there as Cease just walks him. But it is a leadoff walk. He is the tying run, and he will be looking to get a lead. Needs a 7 to get that lead. Does need a 7. Misses it with an 8, so he will stay. And Brian Reynolds, the batter. 6-6, switcher batting left. That is a fly ball to center. Jackson Merrill will take care of it. There's 1 away. And that'll take us to key Brian Hayes. He has the only run batted in for Pittsburgh with the first inning single. 6-6, and that's another strikeout for Cease. That is his 8th. He has matched Skenes. Both have 8 strikeouts in this game. Here's McCutchen to 2 outs and Cruz still hanging at first base. 1-6, and that's a single. Again, it would be an out if the runner has successfully stolen second base and gotten to second, but with a runner on first only, that single to left stands. Second time in a row that's happened, where McCutchen will get a hit because O'Neill Cruz couldn't steal second base. So now that takes us to Rowdy Tellez, another clutch situation. He's 0 for 2. That's a 1-8 for Tellez, and he strikes out. Strikeout number 9. Not to be confused with Dream number 9 by John Lennon. This is strikeout number 9. And that's going to end the inning. We're going to go to the 6th. It's still 2-1. Now the question is, I guess I'll let Skene pitch this inning. That's going to be it. This could be his final inning. This is his fatigue inning. Facing Tatis, 5-2, and that's a 1-5 double, but that's a 10, so it'll be a fly to center. And that's 1 away. 1 out for Manny Machado. His 2-run homer last inning is the difference in the game. 5-5, and that's a strikeout for Skenes. That'll be his 9th. Now both pitchers have 9 strikeouts. It's not Dream number 9, it's strikeout number 9. Here's Jackson Merrill. 2-9 for Merrill, and that's a strikeout there. 10 strikeouts. Skene goes out on the bang. He's going to finish with 6 innings pitched, giving up 2 runs, striking out 10, and walking only 1, and giving up 5 hits. But if his team does not put some runs on the board and at least tie this game, he will walk away with the loss, unfortunately for him, after pitching pretty well. So we go to the top, or the bottom of the 6th, rather, and this is the fatigue inning for Dylan Cease as well. He'll be facing Triolo, Olivares, and Bart for the Pirates. That's a 2-10, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 10 for Dylan Cease. So maybe Skenes got a bad break having to go against Dylan Cease. I don't know. Here's Olivares, 2-3, and that's a ground ball to second. 2 down. And now it's going to be a matter of whether or not the bullpens can hold the lead. That's going to be the other part of it. Here's Joey Bart. 1-9, and he's going to strike out. Strikeout number 11 for Dylan Cease. Talk about being in control. He had a rough first inning, but after that, he has been nothing but locked in and in control. Go to the 7th. Pirates will need a new pitcher. Cease will come back and pitch the 7th for the Padres. That won't be an issue. But the Pirates do need a new pitcher. We got Profar, Kim, and Peralta. We got a switch right and a left. So let's see who maybe can use some rest. Don't want to overwork anybody, obviously. Previous game for the Pirates, they had Holderman pitch 2 innings, so he's going to be at the back of the line. Bednar, Fleming, and Stratton pitched in the last game, so I'm going to try to pick somebody that did not pitch in the last game. And that is going to be Ryder Ryan. So Ryder Ryan gets the call. Right-hander. On the replay, Ryan is 0-0 with a 6.75 earned run average. He's pitched 5 innings, given up 5 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So Ryder Ryan. His hold is a +3, so that makes it a +4. It's a huge turnaround there for Padre runners. Hello, Robert. Good to see you. All right, so Ryder Ryan will be facing Jurickson Profar to lead off in the top of the 7th. 2-1 ball game, Padres. 312, and that's a fly to right field. So Dylan Cease pitched well, pitched 6 innings, Paul Skenes pitched 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, but the big blow, the 2-run homer from Machado in the 4th. 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, but he's in danger of walking away with a loss. So Profar flies to right, out number 1. Sends up Hassan Kim. 112, and that's a ballpark blast. 1-5, but that's an 18. If this had been advanced, that would have been a home run. But super advanced, ballpark takes over, and PNC Park says, nope, no home run this time. Fly ball to left field instead. 2 down for Peralta, the designated hitter. 5-7, and that's a base on balls issued by Ryan. 2-out walk, and that'll send up Higasioka. I don't know why every time I see his name, I think of tapioca, like in pudding. 5-9, and that's going to be a fly to left field, and that's going to end the inning. 7th inning stretch time here in Pittsburgh, but we've been rolling along, so we're going to keep it that way. And Dylan Cease out. He has full endurance. He has nothing against this point of weakness. And Michael Taylor is your batter. Now, we are in the 7th inning, so pinch hitting is allowed. So I do believe the Pirates are going to go to their bullpen, or go to their bench, rather, and try to get some offense going here. Hello, Mr. Chris. And let's see who they're going to use as a pinch hitter. Who do they use as a pinch hitter is the question. The Pirates don't really have a whole lot on the bench, to be quite honest with you. They're going to use Nick Gonzalez because he's a 270 hitter, and then Jack Zawinski will take over in center field. But Zawinski only hits 182, so I didn't want to pinch hit with him. So Nick Gonzalez, even though he's a right-hander, he hit 270 in real world, so that's where we're going with that. And Zawinski will play center field in the 8th. Dylan Cease currently sitting with 11 strikeouts. This will be Cease's last inning, regardless. Gonzalez, got to bring him in on the computer. My bad. Need to do that. So Gonzalez, see what he's doing on the replay. On the replay, Gonzalez is hitting 100. He's 1 for 10, but that one hit was a home run. And a home run right now would tie the ball game. 3-5 for Gonzalez, but he grounds to third. And that's 1 away. Back to the top of the order for O'Neal Cruz. Been one of the few Pirates that can actually hit this season. That's a 5-8. But he's going to strike out here. Boy, 5-9, and he would have had himself a game-tying home run, but a 5-8 is a strikeout. And once again, we bring out the old Maxwell Smart. Missed it by that much. Strikeout number 12. Dirty dozen for Dylan Cease. Can he get the baker's dozen? That's what he's going for to finish out his outing against Brian Reynolds. 2-8. Nope, he gets a ground ball to second, so he'll settle with 12 strikeouts. But he also walks away leading 2-1 as we go to the 8th inning. And we got to bring in Jack Zawinski in center field on the computer, so we have the proper fielding situation going on. Ryder Ryan will be in his 2nd inning of work. He does have fatigue of 2, so he's okay with that. But Dylan Cease, he is finished. He's gone 7 innings. Given up 6 hits and a run, which was earned. Let's see, I believe he just walked the 1 here. Just Cruz was the only walk he issued, and he got 12 strikeouts. We'll figure out who's going to be up for the Padres in their bullpen in the bottom of the 8th. But right now, Xander Bogaerts coming out to start the 8th. He is 0 for 3. He is Bogaerts. See if I can slide this over just a hair. So we cards don't fall off the table there. Here's Bogarts. It's a 6-9. I got to check Ryder Ryan and see if that's an injury chance for Ryder Ryan. Pittsburgh, Ryder Ryan is in the additional pitchers, apparently. Ryder Ryan. Yep, there he is. He's a 6-12. So 6-9 is not a problem because 6-12 is his error chance. So 6-9 is a fly to center, and that's one away. One down, and that's going to send up Jake Cronenworth, not to be confused with Jake from State Farm. 1-6, and he's going to strike out like Jake from State Farm. 2 up and 2 down. And Fernando Tatis, 1 for 3. That's a 2-5, and that's a ballpark blast. It's only a 1-5, but the devil die is a 1. Just when you think the devil die won't show up, it does. Look at it again, 2-5. Ballpark blast right there with that diamond shot. 2-5 right-handed. Ballpark effects, home runs are a 5, but the devil die is a 1. Devil die strikes again, and Fernando Tatis has given the Padres an insurance run. That is home run number 2 for Tatis, RBI number 6 here in game number 7 for them. Padres now lead it 3-1. Here is Machado. This will be the final inning for Ryder Ryan. They just wanted to finish the inning. 4-8, and he does with the strikeout. Boy, that came close again to something big, but he does get the strikeout there to end the inning. That's going to be it for Ryder Ryan. He's going to go 2 innings, and he will give up a run, which was the home run, and that was his only hit. He walked 1, struck out 2. So we're going to the bottom of the 8th, and the San Diego Padres will need a new pitcher. So we'll go to their bullpen and see what they've got to work with. Who's got the rest? Who needs the rest? All that good stuff. They will go to Matsui, left-hander. Yuki Matsui, the left-hander. Yuki Matsui is going to come on. All right. So Matsui, 4-2, 3.73 ERA, no saves in real world. See what he's doing on the replay. On the replay, he's 1-0 with no saves, but he's got an ERA of 13.5, 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. So he's had a little bit of a struggle on the replay. They're hoping that he works that out. -4 on the hold. And Brian Hayes will lead off. And quite honestly, Pittsburgh is probably glad to see Dylan Cease no longer in the game. 2-9 for against the lefty. That's a single. So Brian Hayes gets a leadoff single. Now the tying run is at the plate. Brian Hayes, if he wants to try to get the lead, needs a 7. Does not get the lead. He will hold. And here's McCutchen. 1-6, and that's going to be a strikeout. McCutchen out on strikes. 1 away for Rowdy Tellez, but he's a lefty who doesn't hit all that well against lefties. Or does he? He only faced him 10% of the time. Well, they're going to, and he is 0 for 3, so I think you kind of have to go to the bench here for Connor Joe, he's a right-handed counterpart. So Connor Joe will pinch hit, and he will also stay in the game to play first base in the 9th inning. So Connor Joe pinch hits in the 8th, plays first base in the 9th. Connor Joe. Connor Joe on the real world was 228 average in 364 at bats, 9 home runs. We'll bring him in on the computer and see how he's doing on the replay. I don't believe he's doing all that well when it comes to the replay. He is not. I believe he's 1 for 17, hitting .059. 2 walks and 9 strikeouts. But he's right-handed, so that there's a 2, so it's a chance of a balk or pass ball. Chance for a balk from Matsui, but he's got a 0 balk rating. And remember, Matsui has to face Connor Joe. He cannot take him out. He has to face 3 batters. That's the rule. 1-7 for Connor Joe, and he grounds into a double play. Look at that, 4-6-3 double play. Talk about being snake bitten. Connor Joe grounds into that double play. And not that it would have been the same result, but if you were looking at Rowdy Tellez, he would have struck out on that at bat. On that roll, I mean. So we go to the 9th inning. Score still 3-1. Pittsburgh will need a new pitcher. And we'll need to put Connor Joe in at first base on the computer. And now the new pitcher is going to be, because he needs the work, he's the closer, but he needs the work, and that's Aroldis Chapman. So Aroldis Chapman will be the new pitcher for the Pirates. He just hasn't pitched in a while because they haven't had to lead in a while. But you got to keep him sharp. So can't just let him sit there and grow dust. So Aroldis Chapman is on. 5-5, 3.79 ERA real world, and 14 saves. So Chapman, he's a 0 hold, which means a +1. And it's going to be, for the Padres, it'll be lefty Jackson Merrill, followed by Profar, a switch, and Ha-Seong Kim, a righty. So as far as lefty-righty and everything goes, it's really kind of tit for tat. But you're not going to take Jackson Merrill out. He's a very good defensive center fielder, and you've got a 3-1 lead. You want to keep that defense. So Chapman to Merrill, 6-8, and that is a base on balls. Leadoff walk to Merrill. On the replay, Chapman is 0-0 with 2 saves and ERA of 6. He's gone 3 innings, given up 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. That's walk number 3. So now he's given up 3 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts in 3 innings. His hold is a +1. So Merrill, if he gets a 7, can get a good lead. But he gets a 10, so he cannot. So Profar, and actually Profar is one of the rare guys I've seen in this 2024 set that has a bunt rating of A. So we gotta use him as a bunt, right? You got to bunt and try to get an insurance run. That's just, to me, that's just automatic. So let's see where the bunt's going. It's a 1. So, and the corners are coming in, so it makes him a B bunter. So he's a 1, which means on a 1 on a bunt fielding play, the 1 means it's going back to the pitcher, Chapman. He's a B, so anything in 9 or less, he's good to go. That's an 8, he's good to go. Good sacrifice. It'll be a sacrifice hit, 1-4. Going to second base is Merrill. One of the rare sacrifice bunts in the Demolition League. It does get an insurance run in scoring position. And Ha-Seong Kim, the batter. Merrill not held at second base. 2-6 against the lefty, and that's a ground ball to short. And that is 2 away. Runner has to hold. Wait a minute, something didn't happen on the computer right, because it's not giving me a base runner. Hold on here, folks. Merrill was supposed to walk. I think I forgot to put the walk in the computer, so let's do that. Yep, forgot to put the walk in the computer. So when I tried to do the sacrifice bunt, I thought something looked weird. All right, so sacrifice bunt. 1-4. And then Kim grounds out to short. So 2 down. And that'll bring up Peralta, another lefty on lefty matchup. He is the DH, so if the Padres wanted to try a right-handed hitter, maybe to try to get that second, and they could. They don't have much from the right side. They do have Donovan Solano. So I believe they're going to go to Solano off the bench to pinch hit for Peralta. And, of course, he'll stay in to be a DH. So Solano, the pinch hitter here in the 9th, as they play the percentages. And go with a right-hander. First base is open, obviously. If they wanted to walk Solano and pitch to Higashioka, they could do that. Not sure if that would be wise or not, but it's certainly a thought. Solano on the replay. He is hitting 400. He's 1 for 5 with a home run. So it kind of makes you think that they are going to intentionally walk him. They will go after Higashioka instead. So Higashioka coming out. He is 0 for 3. Does have a good column 3 against lefties, though. Hello, Pete. Good to see you. So first and second, 2 outs. Clutch situation, as they say. And Higashioka, nothing on his card. He's completely neutral on the left-hand side for clutch. That's a 5-6. Right-handed struck him out. Chapman gets the strikeout. So the strategy to intentionally walk the pinch hitter pays off. And Higashioka can't come through. And Chapman will go his 1 inning. He will walk 2. One of them was intentional. Does get a strikeout. And gives up no hits or runs. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Pirates, and they'll have to do it against the Padres closer. That being Robert Suarez. Suarez, 9-3, 2.77 ERA, and 36 saves on the 2024 season. So Suarez looking to wrap things up here as the 1980 song goes. They will try to wrap it up. We'll get his numbers off the bullpen, or off the computer, rather. Let's see here. There we go. So Suarez on the replay is 0-1 with 3 saves, a 4.91 earned run average, 40 pitch, 4 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Scheduled for the Pirates is Triolo, but they could obviously go to pinch hitting if they need to. Let's see who they got left. They don't have much left. They've used a couple guys already. So on their bench, they're kind of limited. They got Henry Davis, a backup catcher. And they've got Alika Williams. That's the 2 they have. Williams, a 207 hitter. Triolo, 216. So they're going to go ahead and stick with Triolo. There's really not much on the Pirate bench to go to. So it's pretty much you go with who you got. So Triolo. Of course, now I've got calls coming in. I got texts coming in. I got all kinds of crap coming in when I don't want it. So we'll get through all that and try to get through this inning. Triolo facing Suarez. And Suarez is a -5 hold, so that makes him a -5 completely because of the -1 for Higashioka. So, but the Pirates are down by 2, so I don't think they're thinking about stealing. 5-6, and that's going to be a base hit. 1 to 10's a double, so leadoff double for Triolo to start the bottom of the 9th. Tying run now does come to the plate in Olivares. He is 0 for 3. .39 for Olivares. He grounds it right back to Suarez, the pitcher. Ground ball B, so it's going to be freeze the runner at second base for out number 1. And it brings up Joey Bart. But will they let Bart hit is the question. Bart, he's a 265 hitter. Henry Davis, the backup catcher, is not much for defense, but he does have power that could tie this game. but not against righties. So they will stick with Joey Bart instead. So Joey Bart, they're not holding on Triolo because his run doesn't really mean anything. 6-8 for Suarez, and that's a pop out to short. Pops it right up to Kim. And I don't believe 6-8 is his injury. Suarez is a 6-12 for injury check. So Bart pops it up, and now last chance saloon. It is Jack Sawinski, his first at bat in the ball game since taking over defensively when they pinch hit for Taylor. Sawinski's hitting 200. He's 3 out of 15, but one of those 3 hits is a home run, and he does 2 runs batted in. A 2-run homer here, and we got a tie game. First base is open, but there's no way in the world you want to get to cruise if you are the Padres. You want to decide this right now. 2-12. It's a ballpark blast. It's a 1-8, but that's a 15. The double die let him down. Ooh, I almost sneezed. I had to put the mute button on. The double. Well, I tried to stop it and I couldn't. The devil die let him down. 1-8 would have been a game-tying home run. That's a 15, so just a fly to right. Pirates coming that close to tying the game, but they will end up losing to the Padres by the score of 3-1 and ruining Paul Skenes' debut for the Pirates. Paul Skenes will actually take the loss now. Paul Skenes will drop to 0-1. Let's see, I didn't do Matsui. He went 1 inning, gave up a hit and a strikeout, nothing else. And Suarez picks up save number 4. The win is Cease, and he evens his record at 1-1. Suarez 1 inning pitch, gave up a hit, nothing else. So final line score for San Diego: 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. For the Pirates, 1 run, 8 hits, and no errors. Pirates left on 8. San Diego left on 6. Player of the game could go 2 ways. Dylan Cease, 7 innings, 12 strikeouts, and only 1 run, or Tatis, his 2-run homer. I'm sorry, not Tatis, Machado, his 2-run homer was the difference in the game. So I can go either way on that, I guess. But I'm thinking Cease for pitching those 7 good innings and shutting down the Pirates pretty much all the way. So Padres improved to 5-2 as they stay on the tail of the Minnesota Twins, who play the next game against the Cubs. And if the Cubs beat them, then Padres will tie the Twins for first place. Pirates dropped to 2-5, and the only thing keeping them out of last is the Miami Marlins. That's the only thing keeping them out of last. Marlins are 1-6. Pirates are 2-5. But that's the way you go when you pick these lesser teams. You're going to get that. That's just unavoidable. So I do appreciate all you guys spending part of your, what would most likely be a lunch hour with me between 12 and 1 on this Friday afternoon. Hope you all enjoyed the presentation of the Demolition League and the Padres defeating the Pirates 3-1. This was game number 33 out of 270, so it's obviously a long way to go. See if we can get there by the mid-February or end of February, whenever the new Strat cards come out. Probably by the time they ship and everything, you're probably talking, near the end of February. So we'll see how far we get. If we don't finish, hey, we don't finish. Can't help that. So, but that's just the way it goes, particularly because I'm playing the 87. I'm doing 2 replays at one time. If I was just doing 1 replay, I could certainly finish it because I could play 2 games a day, on the video, on the stream or whatever, and knock it out really quickly. But I'm trying to cover both replays. So anyway, appreciate you all stopping by and spending part of your afternoon with me. Remember, no game tonight. That's why I'm playing it now, because there is no game tonight from me. I'll be at the high school football game, so I'll be relaxing for that. Next stream will be Saturday at noon, tomorrow at noon. It'll be the NBA game of the week on season ticket baseball, 1978 style. It'll be the Yankees visiting Fenway Park to take on the Red Sox. It'll be Ron Guidry against Dennis Eckersley. That'll be at noon. So hope you all have a great rest of your day, whatever you have planned. As usual, hope you stay safe out there. I want to see you back. And as usual, hope you enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And I'll see you all down the road. Padres win 3-1 and ruin Paul Skenes' debut.